Change, like a bitter pill, can be hard to swallow, yet it is the cure to life's stagnation. It's this relentless tide, an inevitable force of nature that sweeps through our lives, rearranging our circumstances, challenging our comfort zones. It's a constant, yet it's the very thing that often leaves us feeling unanchored. But why is that so? Well, it's because change is uncomfortable, it's disruptive, and it's unfamiliar. It's like being a tourist in a city where you don't speak the language, and every turn is a new, unexpected adventure. Now let's take a page from the book of Dr. Miles Monroe, a man who dedicated his life to teaching about leadership, vision, and personal growth. He believed in finding security in a world that's always changing, in seeing the silver lining in the midst of uncertainty, and it's a lesson we can all learn from. Change isn't just about weathering the storm, it's about learning to dance in the rain, about finding our footing on this ever-shifting ground. Embracing change, as uncomfortable as it may be, is the first step in a journey of growth. Change is an unwelcome guest, bringing with it discomfort and pain. But why is that so? Let's take a closer look. Change, by its very nature, is a departure from what we know, from what we're comfortable with. It's a leap into the unknown, and let's be honest, the unknown can be downright scary. We're wired to seek safety, to stick with what we know. It's a survival instinct, really. So when change comes knocking, it's like an alarm bell ringing in our brains, alerting us to potential danger, and that, my friends, is fear. But fear isn't the only reason change can be painful. There's also the feeling of losing control. We all like to be the masters of our own destinies, the captains of our own ships. But when change is thrust upon us, it can feel like we've been demoted to deckhand, left to the mercy of the waves. It's a blow to the ego, and that can be tough to swallow. And then there's the disruption of routine. We humans are creatures of habit. We find comfort in the predictable, the familiar. So when change comes along and upends our routines, it's jarring. It's like trying to catch your balance on a shifting deck. So yes, change can be painful. It can bring fear, a loss of control, and a disruption of routine. It can make us feel uncomfortable, unsettled, even distressed. But here's the thing. That discomfort, that pain, it's not a bad thing. It's not something to be avoided at all costs. In fact, it's quite the opposite. The pain of change is real, but it is a necessary part of growth. It's a sign that we're stretching, expanding, evolving. It's a sign that we're alive. So next time change comes knocking, instead of seeing it as an unwelcome guest, try seeing it as a partner in your journey, a catalyst for your growth. After all, no pain, no gain, right? Despite the pain, change brings with it a plethora of benefits. Let's delve into them. Change, like the shifting tides or the turning seasons, is an inherent part of life. It's the engine that drives us forward, pushing us to evolve, adapt, and grow. One of the most profound benefits of change is personal growth. We often compare life to a journey, and like any journey, it's filled with twists and turns. These unexpected deviations are not just obstacles, they're opportunities. Opportunities to learn, to adapt, and to grow. They're the stepping stones that lead us to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. We also become more flexible as we navigate through change. It's like being a sapling in the wind. The more we bend and sway with the gusts of life, the stronger our roots become. This flexibility isn't just physical, it's mental and emotional as well. It allows us to face the unknown with courage and optimism, ready to seize new opportunities as they arise. Change also paves the way for improvements. It's only when we break free from the shackles of the familiar that we can truly innovate. Imagine if we'd clung to the horse and buggy, refusing to embrace the change brought about by the automotive revolution. We'd be living in a vastly different and arguably less advanced world. And finally, change opens the door to new opportunities. It's like setting sail on an uncharted sea, each wave bringing with it the promise of new lands to explore and treasures to discover. Dr. Miles Monroe, a renowned author and motivational speaker, captured this beautifully when he said, "Change is the process by which the future invades our lives." The silver lining of change, therefore, is the countless benefits it brings. So, the next time you find yourself standing on the precipice of change, don't shy away. Embrace it, for it's through change that we truly come alive. The pain of change is inevitable, but it doesn't mean we can't manage it. It's like a sudden jolt on a roller coaster ride. It's terrifying, it's unexpected, but once we get through it, we realize it's part of the thrill. The same goes with the pain that comes with change. It's a jolt, it's a shock, but it's also a thrill, an opportunity for growth. So, how do we manage this pain? The first step is embracing uncertainty. Yes, uncertainty can be unnerving, but it's also the breeding ground for possibilities. Imagine a blank canvas. It's intimidating because it's empty, But it's also exhilarating because you can paint anything on it. Uncertainty is that blank canvas. It's full of potential, full of opportunities, waiting for us to fill it with vibrant colors of our life. Next, focusing on the benefits of change can make the journey less painful. It's like looking at the peak of a mountain while climbing. The peak might seem far, but every step we take, every bit of effort we put, brings us closer to it. The pain during the climb is real, but the joy of reaching the peak, the breathtaking view from the top, makes it all worth it. Similarly, acknowledging the benefits of change, visualizing the end goal, can help alleviate the pain associated with the process. Lastly, adopting a positive mindset is crucial. It's all about perspective. A glass half full or half empty, a cloud with a silver lining or just a rain cloud, it's how we choose to see it. Change can be a bane or a boon, again, it's how we choose to perceive it. A positive mindset can transform the pain of change into the thrill of transformation. In the end, it's about managing the pain, not avoiding it. Change is not a monster under the bed, but a ladder to a higher plane. It's not about the destination, but the journey. And the journey becomes a lot more manageable when we embrace the uncertainty, focus on the benefits, and carry a positive mindset. Managing the pain of change is a skill that can be learned and mastered. And remember, every master was once a beginner. So, let's start this journey of mastering change together. Change, despite its discomfort, holds an immense power for transformation. Let's get real for a moment. Change is tough. It can be uncomfortable, even painful, but it's also a powerful catalyst for transformation. It's like a chrysalis, a cocoon if you will, that an ordinary caterpillar retreats into. Inside it undergoes a metamorphosis, and emerges as a beautiful butterfly. And that's the power of change. It can turn the ordinary into extraordinary. It can take us from the realm of the familiar and comfortable, and thrust us into the unknown where we are forced to adapt, to grow, to evolve. Think about it. Every great innovator, every successful entrepreneur, every inspiring leader has faced change head-on. They've all had to step out of their comfort zones, endure the growing pains, and transform themselves and their surroundings. Consider the late Dr. Miles Monroe, a renowned author and motivational speaker. He was a firm believer in the power of change. He spoke about it, wrote about it, lived it. He was known for his work on leadership, vision, and personal development, and was a beacon of inspiration for many. And it's not just about personal growth. Embracing change can also lead to professional growth. It can open doors to new opportunities, new connections, new experiences. It can help us reinvent ourselves, our careers, our businesses. So yes, change can be painful. It can be challenging. It can be downright scary. But it's a necessary part of life. It's a part of our journey to becoming the best versions of ourselves. It's like a diamond, formed under immense pressure and heat. The process is tough, but the result is a beautiful, precious gem. Similarly, change, despite the discomfort it may bring, has the potential to transform us into better, stronger, more resilient individuals. Change, as painful as it may be, is a catalyst for growth and transformation. So let's embrace it, let's welcome it, let's harness its power. Because in the end, change is not about losing ourselves, it's about discovering who we can become. Change is a journey, and like all journeys, it begins with a single step. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a victory against the status quo. Embracing change is not about dismissing the pain or the fear, but rather, it's about acknowledging them and choosing to move forward regardless. In today's rapidly evolving world, adaptability and flexibility are not merely options, they are survival skills. They are the secret ingredients that enable us to ride the waves of change rather than being swept away by them. It's about being proactive, not reactive. It's about shaping our future, not simply enduring it. Remember, change is not our enemy, it is an ally, a catalyst that pushes us out of our comfort zones, compelling us to evolve, to grow, to become better versions of ourselves. It's not always comfortable, and yes, it can be painful, but it's through this pain that we find our strength, our resilience, and our true potential. The journey of change may be fraught with pain, but at its end lies growth, transformation, and a better you.